All right, welcome to a special edition to the Rogers. We're gonna have to come up with another name.
This is take two because we were trying to record and my son back there playing a little ducking game with his head.
Being silly,
And no,
straight A
I
you
didn't
wrong.
need it in my life.
But here's my question, Mama. You had read a post that a lady said that she had, got involved with a guy that was incarcerated. And when he got home, the games was played, the stigma that they put on the guys that's incarcerated, you see all guys play the type of game that's been incarcerated come home. So another lady chimed in and said that, you can't trust them because they gonna play game, they gonna be manipulative, they gonna try to get you for your money and do all the other type of thing. And you said you felt some type of way about that, and what was the reason why?
Because I don't like when people try to lump everybody into one category. It's just like when it's what's that little saying? One size does not fit all. It doesn't. It's just like if you had a bad experience with someone that is not in the same ethnicity or race category as you, and then you try to say, well, they all like that or they all do that. That's not right. And it's the same thing for incarceration. No matter how much people try to make like that is the ultimate sin of the world, and it's not. One size does not fit all. Are there people that are incarcerated that play games? Absolutely. Run scams and do everything that they think they big and bad enough to do. But there are also others that they want to be there to do their time, and if they happen to find someone along the way, they happy about it, and they definitely not trying to ruin that outside connection. So I just felt like they were going in real hard, as I've seen and experienced over the years, that people will go in and hard on things that they either don't even have a personal experience with, and that's what drives me nuts. Like, really, have you dated somebody that's incarcerated? So how can you strongly, express yourself so strongly, like you've had a personal connection with it? And you may say, well, I know my cousin who did, or I know my sister who did. I said, did you have a personal connection? The person that's like that keyboard gangster coming with the words and stuff and all these opinions and stuff. And it's like when you ask them that in your face direct question, so tell me about your experience.
Who, me?
No, I'm saying when
Oh,
are you listening?
yeah.
I said when you
But the way
ask
you did it, though.
them directly,
Yeah.
so tell me about your personal experience. And it's like, oh, well, no, I'm not saying that I personally, couldn't be me, baby, because they know. And it's like, oh, here I am, 10 years after incarceration, living fairly well with my formerly
I'm enjoying
incarcerated
myself.
mate. And if I had listened to some of the things that people had said and
Glad
tried
you
to
didn't.
tell me and whatever, look at what I'd be missing out on. So it's not a one size fits all. And I just wish people would open and enlighten their minds. Now, don't get me wrong, because I will not sit here and act as if I don't watch the news and see different things and be like, God. But you know what I end up following up with is, see, they make it hard for the ones that are not like that. Just like when I go in the store and people follow me around, and I'm thinking to myself, well, not only do I have the money to buy what I want in here, because I wouldn't even be in here if I didn't, but at the same time, I don't want to steal. And I don't care if you've seen 100,000 people that look like me.
That ain't me.
That's not this chick. That's not this girl. I don't want to steal. Don't lump me in that category. So that's what that was. That was my reaction to reading. And I mean, some of them comments were downright just nasty and vicious. And I'm just like, really? Wow. And then what's so funny is so many people have loved ones that are incarcerated or have been incarcerated. And to hear them joke and speak the way that they do about incarcerated people, I'll be like, really now?
Well,
Okay.
it's all fun and game when you ain't attached. So you don't got no connection. Then the one that do speak about it, the only connection that someone probably had was someone they knew, a friend of theirs or a relative. You
Right.
dig? And a small percentage has actually gone through that type of situation in order to speak on. The way she sounded, it was more like she watched one of her friends or relatives go through it, and she was mad about that because she couldn't get through to her homegirl what she thought and felt on what she heard and didn't know. You dig? But and that's cool. But I agree with you, like lumping everybody in the same little category. You can't do that. Like she made a little statement talking about all the cats that come up out of there is rotten. No, we ain't. I'm one. Here it is. 10 years home, 22 years incarcerated. Ain't nothing rotten about me. Yeah, but I'm human. But
Ain't nothing rotten, and I said
ain't
nothing rotten about you now.
okay in the era of relationships,
Right.
of coming home and dealing with a family and a woman that believes in you. You know, you got to have the support. You got to have the belief system. You dig? So trying to, and I get offended when I hear people talk about how cats are that was incarcerated. Cause I know a lot of cats out here right now and on the Facebook and Instagram and all that. Them cats is doing well.
That's
You
the
dig?
first time I've heard you say you get offended, because you usually, like what they call it, the water roll off your back or whatever. That's the very first time that I've heard you say that you got offended
Man,
about something.
I get offended when people have a certain idea of incarcerated men, man, cause we ain't all like that. Cause you talking about me too. You ain't just talking about whatever you describe. You talking about me too, cause I've been down that road. I was incarcerated. I seen the same thing that you talking about, that you experienced. I'm there in the game, see the game, participating in the game, understanding the game. But everybody ain't like that when they come home. See, when you come home, it's a different type of understanding. It's a different type of feeling. It's a different type of acknowledgement. It's a lot of things that a cat want to catch up to. But if he ain't changed his mentality, he ain't changed the way he think, he ain't changed the way he see shit, you gonna get that penitentiary cat.
And let's give a disclaimer that we are not saying that there aren't those that do that. What I'm saying
It's
is
a gamble.
Open your mind. And if you haven't had personal experience, don't go so hard and strong in on it. You know what I mean? Because you could possibly be wrong. Living proof, you could possibly be wrong. And then it doesn't help when shows and movies make a mockery about those that have been incarcerated and what an incarcerated person looks like, and those type of things. But what I will say, because we don't want this to be long and get drawn out, because I know my attention span. When people talking too much and going on and on, baby, I'm about to swipe that video right on
Depending on
off.
what they saying.
Yeah, but I don't like a lot. I don't like a lot.
It depends on what they're saying, but it just like, and the reason why I'm gonna say this like this towards the females, because a lot of females have a tendency to, go down that road versus men going down that road to get involved with females that's incarcerated. So a lot of females get involved with cats that's incarcerated. But here's the thing about it: you judging on that level, but what about your baby daddy? What did he do to you? See, you done been through some things with that cat that he done really messed over you. He done dragged you and did everything in order for you to make the decision that you made.
Oh, that's another topic. That's a whole different topic, because when you said that about what about your baby daddy, and I hate that phrase, but when you say that about what about your baby daddy, what it made me also think of how people judged me and discussed me and talked about me and all of that for dealing with someone that was incarcerated. And I'm sitting here like, well, maybe you should get you somebody that's incarcerated, because your little record,
I'm doing good.
You're batting zero with the free world man. See, that's another topic. So we're going to bring that topic to y'all too, because I got a lot to say about that. Check that tea. But I want to know what y'all think. Like, do you feel like it's okay for people to, go in so hard about something that they personally have not experienced? Because I know it's going to be one of y'all smart ones out there that's going to say, well, I have never personally murdered someone, but I know it's not okay to murder someone. Come on, let's not take an orange and try to compare it to a cherry.
Well, if you do say that, excuse me, and a lot of you believe in the Bible, you believe in Jesus, he say what's in your heart, it come out your mouth. So if you think it, you is it.
Okay, let's
I'm just saying.
Focus of what I was saying, because I know it's gonna be somebody that's gonna say that, like, but you can say whatever you want. You just saying that because you dealt with an incarceration. But share your thoughts, because I'm not gonna fault you for your thoughts. I have an opinion. You have an opinion. The only difference is I'm right here and I'm asking you. Now, this is the time y'all should speak up, okay? I'm asking for it. What is your thought or your opinion? So go ahead, share what you think, like this video, and of course, you can subscribe if you would like.
Even if you ain't never been in that situation, I know you still got an opinion. Low, King, Miss
Mrs.
Rogers.
Rogers.
And we catch up with you later. Southside.